Welcome back to part 3 of our Emanate5 demonstration. We're now going to add transactions. So the first thing we'll do is create a new table which we'll call sale, and we'll give that 3 columns, description, and a value for which we need a new data type, numeric. And finally a date for the transaction, and again we have a special data type for that. And it's as easy as that to create the table. We now need to connect it to the other data, so connect it to the company and the person. That we're notionally selling to in this mini application. We are designing this sort of on the fly, just to show how easy it is to build and extend an application. And I think we'll call the company the buyer in this view, or this table definition, and call the person the contact. And I'll learn to spell. So let's create that table definition. So we now need to populate that table with some sample data. I won't bore you with showing you all of the entries for that. We'll just show a couple. Possibly would have been better to script all of this, but we haven't done so. Let's save that up. Notice the little save icon that pops up confirming that the transaction's been received at the server in London. It happens to be in London in this case. On this transaction, which is the third in the series, we're adding to the sale table. Notice the date browser that popped up there, and we'll add a 4th transaction offline. Okay, so that's the inbuilt data browser being used to populate some sale transactions. So we can see our application in the context of the data that's going to go into it. Now we need some new views for the sale data. So we'll call this total sales. And we need to do some arithmetic processing on the sale data. So the total value sold is going to be useful. I think a count of the number of sales to an individual company and buyer is also going to be useful. And maybe we should anticipate a couple of other values as well. Again, notice the expression editor momentarily going red when it's not been satisfied correctly. That was a little red blob on the left hand side of the expression editor. There you go, you can see it again by aggregate, now by value. Probably won't use all of these in our reporting, but we may as well get them calculated and reachable in our application. So that's that view created. Let's create a further view so we can see sales by company. And the columns we'd like to see. Retitle it. Okay, note in the column on the right hand side that I was just scrolling up and down, you've got all the options that we designed in the last aspect of the table definition for the sales report, and I want the number of sales. Obviously I want the last sale, which I've already done, and I want the total sales, total value, obviously all associated with the company name. Let's create that view definition and look at it in the context of the inbuilt data browser. And you can see a little bit of rough and ready. We need to suppress a few zeros maybe here and there, but you can see how the data shapes up in its context. We'll sort that out later. We can add a further transaction here. Again, use the inbuilt date browser. Backdate one to January. When the date pops up really quickly, it's normally because we're using the default date, which is today's date. Okay, just added a further transaction there to increase the total number of sales count and total value in our little report in the data browser. And you'll have seen here how easy it is to add transactions to an Emanate5 system and accumulate statistics that are relevant to report on later. We'll show you next how you get those into the application. This has been Emanate5, the new way to create web applications.